So when you're dealing with an 8, 9, or 10, she has so much access to attention. She has so much access to sex that even if you do present yourself as high value and she has some interest, she is not psychologically capable of being there to complete your mission of bonding with her.
All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. If you got, stay strapped before you die smoking. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. Ain't no competition, I'm God's chosen. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. If you got, stay strapped before you die smoking. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. Ain't no competition, I'm God's chosen. I can't hide my face from my people in the revolution. I gotta get out, help them get the retribution. Give my contribution, give my heart daily. And even if they don't pay me, I do it crazy, for free. Be what we gotta be, not the army, but it's you and me. Black Panther, Black Power, we ride it. Understand, gotta help out or we reside it. Gotta build in the home, build our domes, build with the knowledge. Fuck college, yeah, fuck that bullshit. Let's get rich, understand, gotta live it. And got 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. If you got, stay strapped before you die smoking. I got 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. Ain't no competition, I'm God's chosen. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. If you got, stay strapped before you die smoking. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. Ain't no competition, I'm God's chosen.
Peace, love, life, and balance. Quick video for y'all coming to you. It's Chief Jamal. I got the coach going on in the background. Some of y'all may recognize the voice. But what I want to talk about, and this is from experience, difference between me and a lot of these other guys. I'm not a date. This channel's about balance, but you're going to see a lot of content me talking about dating, about relationships, because that's the main. That's always going to be the main topic because we're humans. But you see the title of the video, say no to 8's, 9's, and 10's. Say no. Why you want to say no to them? Now, if you just looking to smash and dash, or you want a trophy, or you want to say I hit that, or this video not for you guys. And I'm not saying don't do that. I've had my share of look, I'll be honest. I had my share of every number on the scale from 1 on up. I mean, we all had our bad nights and bad days, if we're honest. These guys saying they always bang this and that, they're full of shit. But I've had my fair share of 8's, 9's, and 10's. The reason I'm telling you this is for you men out here and brothers out here that want to have a relationship or want to have some type of bonding experience with them. In today's market, in today's dating market, the reason you want to say no to them women, or it's twofold. I'm not saying don't deal with them at all. I'm saying say no to them. Initially reject them, because their currency, and all women's currencies, even the 1's, 2's, 3's, 4's, 5's, 6's, and 7's, is attention. That's one thing in the manosphere has talked about this fact. Like I said, I don't agree with a lot of the red pill stuff, but I agree with a lot of it. The basic fundamentals, you can't really argue the basic fundamentals. It's when guys get off into their own philosophies or ideologies, or they get to the point where they're hating women or totally against something. I'm not with that. I'm about balance. That's why the channel's called Life Balance. But I do agree with as far as how female nature is, how the modern woman is, how we should conduct ourselves. I do agree with a lot of that. With social media, we talk about it and its impact, but we do underrate. We're still, as men, a lot of us still stuck in our ways, and we're not understanding how serious it is. Now, you hear a lot of dating coaches say this, and content creators tell you to go on a dating app as a woman and to see what happens. And they're not lying, man. I've done that before that was even mentioned. I've done that years ago. I done it years ago. Now I couldn't imagine. I done it a few years ago, before even some of these apps are out now, and it was crazy then. Like I got like I was in a class actually. Funny thing about it, adult education class, and we did it was a social experiment, and I got like 800 inboxes, and before the class was over, I made the profile at the beginning of the class. The woman I put on the profile picture was like not even like 6 or 7 I'll say a 6 at best. Average woman, not a bad looking woman, but an average woman. But you wouldn't, I would have never thought that. And at that time, I was so shocked. I was like, damn, it was dudes sending, it was crazy. And this was a very, very average, plain looking woman that I put on this app. The reason I'm saying say no to the 7, 8s, 9s, to the 8s, 9s, and 10 is because, first of all, I don't believe there's no such thing as a 10. I believe every woman has flaws. Most women that are so-called 10s have to use some type of enhancer to be a 10. Every woman has a flaw. I believe the best you can maybe do is a 9.5. But just for the sake of argument, we'll round it up. And 9s and 10s, especially in America, well, literally all over, because us as men, we're hunters, and a lot of us don't know how to control our nature, or as Coach Greg Adams calls it, the baloney pony. A lot of us don't know how to control that. We over-validating and give these women delusion. They're delusions because of men. It's not because of them personally. It's because of men. Before they're even an adult, they have grown men and boys their age all over them, doing nice things for them in the pursuit of having sex with them. So, we can't get mad at them. We all would take stuff that's free for us, or especially for like 15, 16, 17. We can't get mad at that. Then you grow into that, and that's just how it is. Now, at some point, they have to take responsibility and realize what's happening to change it. But we're asking women to do a very tough task. So, a woman who's an 8, 9, or 10, her whole life she's been pedestalized. She's been made. Her whole life, she's been made to think that she is worth whatever she wants, or that she should get things done just because she's a woman or pretty. And then you have to top that on top of the victim mentality that's pushed in the media, that's pushed through social media, that's pushed through the womanist movement. You have to combine all of those things, and you're going to get strong delusion. Even the Bible talks about that. It says that in the last days that a lot of us will be given over to delusion. So everything that's happening right now was predicted before us. When you're dealing with women who are quote unquote 8s, 9s, or 10s. Now, if she's an 8, there may be a shot, but if she's a 9 or a 10, at least in your eyes, or let's say if the majority consensus is that there's no, those women, as the coach, I think Donovan Sharp said it best. I'm not a huge fan of him, but I do, I catch his content here and there. I'm not against him either, but I do like this. He said that 9s and 10s belong to the community, and that's true. Women who are on that high scale of beauty, before they're even of age to drink, they're already had multiple things done for free. They have opportunities to monetize their beauty, sell their beauty, and this is before social media. So imagine how it is with social media. They've already had opportunities to get paid for sex, to get paid for dates. They've had guys give them money or give them gifts just in the hopes of talking to them, and they had this condition throughout their whole life. And the attention for women is more thrilling than sex. Sex is not the orgasm for women that it is for men. You have to understand that. Sex for women, okay, not saying that they don't like sex or love sex, of course they do, but you hear some guys saying they love sex more than us. No, they don't. That's biological. We're not biologically wired like that. That's not how testosterone and estrogen works. Yes, they get horny. Yes, they like having sex. So a lot of them like being promiscuous, but they don't really. They prefer attention and worship over sex. They would take that over sex most of the time. The average woman. Now you got some women who wouldn't, but I'm just saying most women, they want that more than actual penetration from a man. So when you're dealing with an 8, 9, or 10, she has so much access to attention. She has so much access to sex that even if you do present yourself as high value and she has some interest, she is not psychologically capable of being there to complete your mission of bonding with her. Her psychological makeup is going to always have her believing that she can elevate and do better than you. Look at these celebrities. You got celebrities who women are divorcing them to try to level up, who's cheating on them. Remember, I'm using the old one, but look at Shaq's wife. She had Shaq is, how many men in the world are that man's size, have that man's wealth and ability, and she was banging a trainer. Because they don't always level up for the rich guy or the guy with the most money. That's all. Sometimes they want a guy that's going to give them more attention, or they feel that they can control. The scripture says that the adulterous woman, any woman who, first of all, that's by the definition of the Bible and adultery, if a woman has had more than one sex partner, she's an adulteress. So 99% of these women out here are adulterous women. If you're going to go by the Bible, you don't have to go by that. I'm not a religious person, but I'm just using that as a baseline definition. The adulterous woman, it says that in Proverbs, is that her ways are movable. You cannot know them. So a woman who's an 8, 9, or 10, she's most likely, because she's been so bothered by men, or so much sought after by men from a very young age on up to it. By the time she's even 22, she's had so much experiences. She's been taken everywhere. She's done so much at 22, 23. You're coming in thinking you're going to impress her and all of that, and she's been flown out to different countries. She's been courtside. She's been in the skyboxes where the athlete left her tickets. I've seen this. I work with the Bucks, and I'm a Bucks fan, right? And I'm also a Lakers fan, and worked with the Lakers before. With marketing, what I do, and you see players, NBA players. I don't dry snitch, but they would leave tickets with full luxury skyboxes, all you can eat, limousine service for women who they just met on the internet. And all these women ain't even, some of these women are like 6s. They're not even 8s, 9s, and 10s. So you're still going to have risk of this at a 6 and a 7, even 5s. I mean, what they call 49ers, women who are 4s think that they're 9s, even 4s. But when you're dealing with 8s, 9s, and 10s, you're almost certain that you're going to deal with a woman who's had this much access. That's going to have a lot of, she's in a parallel universe, and she has a lot of delusion. So you're going to definitely run into and encounter that with an 8, 9, or 10. So if you're looking to bond with a woman and have a woman that's into you, that's going to be on your purpose and focus with you, your best bet is to get a woman who is not on that level. Okay? Because what you can do is, if she's cooperative, you can actually build with that woman. Because usually women who don't see, and the most important thing, number one, she has to not, it can't be that you just see her as a 8, 9, or 10. She has to see herself as what you see her. That's the point a lot of people miss. It can't be just that you see her like that, because you can see her as a 5, but if she thinks she's a 10, guess what? She's going to act like a 10. You have to be able to see it. And you gotta remember, we're in a society where a lot of the speech is what we call new speech and double talk. You're told that don't prey on women with insecurities. Man, listen, I don't believe you should prey on insecurities, but we all have insecurities. Anytime you try to dress up something or overlook something, or try to make something, like if I start, let's say if I was getting gray I start getting gray hairs, I start dyeing my hair, it's an insecurity. You know, we all have insecurities. But what we have to understand is that it's not always bad. So a woman who, as long as it's not to where she's insecure to where she's mentally unstable, but let's say she's a 6 or a 7, but she, you know, she might, but she sees you, she sees value in you, and you see her as that as well. You ain't gotta tell her that, but I'm just saying, y'all, you see, she's talking, well, I don't feel like this. I see guys, and you know, I don't know if I look good. How do I look? Maybe, you know, you can tell when they constantly asking or saying this. You can kind of tell when a woman who not as secure. So if she cooperative, even if she, let's say, if, you know, you hear in the ministry people talk about a lot of times about women who overweight and this and that. Listen, if the only problem that she has is that she's overweight, right? And you're looking for a relationship. This is for, like I said from the beginning, this is for guys who are trying to bond with them. If you're not trying to bond, you're just trying to smash and dash. Look, go up and down because this video's not for you. But if she's just overweight, or she has a couple of, no woman's going to be perfect. Those are fixable issues. If she's cooperative, that means she's going to be willing to work out with you and train. Now, the risk you're going to take is her hypergamy may take over. Once she gets in shape, she may try to get a better option, but that's why you have to do a better job. You have to see where her morals lie at. You have to see where her head is at and take your time and vet, and don't be so rushing to just get vagina. You have to do due diligence on her character. She has good character, she's cooperative, she will appreciate that you invested in her, and she'll be even more loyal to you. Now, those women are not, that I'm talking about, they're not out here in abundance, but you're gonna have a better shot getting a woman who's a 5, 6, or 7 and working with her. Let's say if she's overweight, or let's say even if she's, I know this is gonna, oh my God, I know this is going to shake up a lot of you guys who have your little red pill playbook, but let's say she's even a single mother. Oh man, say no to single moms. Now, a lot of reasons they get to say no to single moms as baseline reasons are good reasons. If you're trying to, but let's say if the father's dead, he's maybe in prison for life and he's not getting out, or she's a widow, like I said, father's dead, or let's just say if it's an older child and they've been apart for years, so there's no baby daddy drama. If there's no baby daddy drama, and it's an older child, or if it's a younger child but there's no baby daddy, and you truly, that's why I talk about a lot of times, don't do what other guys say to do. If you feel like being involved in the kid's life, and life is about taking risks. If you feel okay with that, then man, do what you do. Because if you find a woman who's cooperative and can build, and you overlook, and you got this formula that you're going by, and let's say she's got a kid and maybe a little overweight, and you just say, she's cooperative in this, but she's got that, I'm not gonna mess with her. If she's really that special in all those other areas, most likely they won't be. I'm not gonna lie. Most likely you probably can, say forego that and do better. But I'm just saying, if you do catch the unicorn, there's no real unicorn. When I say unicorn, I'm saying when you do catch that unique person that uniquely fits you, if you so happen to run into someone and you see one of those things, if that's a manageable situation, then you have to, I would not be so quick to dismiss that person. Really weigh out what you want versus what you feel. Really weigh out the pros and cons. All right. But those are situations that you can work with. Or let's say if she's not financially stable, but you are financially stable. Let's say, but she's very financially stable. She may have a little masculine energy, but she truly wants to tone it down. And you can see a real effort. We can go on and on different things. Like what I'm saying is that don't get hung up on a flaw so much if you really want a pair bond. If that's what you want to go. Now, if you want to go your own way, that's going to be a safer bet to just not deal with it and all and deal with women, but you're sacrificing the ability to pair bond. And a lot of guys are okay with that, but a lot of you guys are not okay with that. A lot of you guys want to be in a relationship, and this is for guys who want to be in a relationship. Don't let that stop you. from pursuing something. Now, this is coming with a prerequisite. It's not just saying somebody you like. I'm talking about somebody you've invested time in, you've vetted, you've built with over time. You've seen she's had time to display her how she acts. I'm talking about someone that you have an investment in, not just someone you just like that could change at the drop of a dime. Someone you've seen that has proven himself to you. They validated stuff to you, and they see you as a king, and they see you as someone that they have to impress. That they see that you have the value, and they're submissive towards you. I'm talking about a woman like that. Anything that's less than that, no, you don't settle. You keep moving forward. So what you have to do is understand. No one wants to hear that guy. What you have to understand is that has to be the minimum requirement as a man. Submission and cooperation. Okay, those are the most important things as a man. Submission and cooperation. Okay, which I know sound like I'm saying the same thing, but I'll do another video explaining the differences between the two, but you need both submission and cooperation. And she needs to see you at a higher level than you see yourself. At minimum the same, but really higher. Reason higher because over time, you gotta have, just like, you know how they say shoot for the moon and land on the stars? Over time, naturally, interest will decrease. But if she sees you at such a high level, even when her interest decreases, it's still gonna be higher than what she see other men. And that's how you see women who are older, before all this came out, they're still with their husbands for 30, 40, 50 years, is because they see him at such a high level that even over time and deterioration, it was not enough to her to sacrifice what she already had to get something different. So she was able to suppress her hypergamy. And the only way a woman can suppress their hypergamy is to see you at a much higher value than you even see yourself. So that's why you want to say no to 8's, 9's, and 10's, because 8's, 9's, and 10's, it's going to be very hard for them to see you as higher than themselves. You're better off in this modern age, especially with all the attention they can get on social media, with how society coddles to them. They got too much incubation for you to get them out of. That's too much work to get them out of that mindset. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife, but you cannot turn a woman who is narcissistic, or a woman who's about herself, or a woman who is a teaching seeker into a submissive woman. That is a dumb practice. She has to already be in that mindset. So I'm gonna close that out, fella. I know it's a short video, wouldn't be a bit longer, but that's cool. Got the points in. Just a quick impromptu video. Don't forget to hit the notification button. If you like content like this, let me know. It's a lot of different content here, but whatever is going to be the majority thing that y'all got a feeling for and a like for, I'm going to gravitate towards that. Hit the like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification button to stay up to date with the latest content. This is Chief Jamal signing out. Peace, love, life, and balance.